Have you ever wondered about the state of solar lamps in Africa and the impending problem of battery disposal? Africa, a continent blessed with abundant sunshine, is witnessing a quiet revolution. A revolution that's fueled by the sun and powered by small portable devices, solar lamps. Solar lamps, compact and easy to use, have been lighting up the dark corners of Africa for the past few years. They have become a beacon of hope for millions of people who have limited or no access to the electricity grid. These lamps are more than just a source of light. They are a lifeline. They help children study after sunset, they allow businesses to stay open longer, and they make streets safer at night. They are instrumental in enhancing the quality of life, promoting education and fostering economic growth. The uptake of solar lamps in Africa has been nothing short of phenomenal. From the bustling markets of Lagos to the remote villages of Malawi, the glow of solar lamps is a common sight. It's a testament to how renewable energy solutions can empower communities and transform lives. And it's not just about illumination. These solar lamps are also a symbol of Africa's commitment to clean, renewable energy. They represent a step away from the harmful kerosene lamps and diesel generators towards a more sustainable and environmentally friendly solution. But as the use of these solar lamps proliferates, there's an increasing trend that's starting to cast a shadow over this solar revolution. The batteries that power these lamps, mostly imported from China and India, have a limited lifespan. Once they're dead, they become a ticking time bomb. The question is, what happens to these batteries once they're no longer functional? Are they disposed of in a safe and responsible manner? Or do they end up contributing to the growing problem of electronic waste in Africa? As we bask in the glow of the solar revolution, it's essential that we don't turn a blind eye to the potential problems that could arise from it. The issue of battery disposal is one that needs our attention. But is there a looming problem we are ignoring? While solar lamps are transforming lives, there is a hidden issue that is slowly creeping up. No, it's not about the technology itself, which is indeed a beacon of hope for millions. It's not even about the cost, which has been significantly reduced over the years. The problem lies in what happens once these solar lamps have lived out their lifespan. You see, solar lamps are powered by batteries, often sourced from China and India. These batteries, like all batteries, have a limited life. Once they have expended their energy, they're essentially dead weight. But what happens to these batteries once they've run out of juice? Unfortunately, the story doesn't end well for many of these spent batteries. In an ideal world, they would be collected, recycled, and given a new lease on life. But the reality is far from this. A significant portion of these batteries are not recycled. Instead, they find their final resting place in landfills, dumped alongside other waste. This is where the environmental repercussions kick in. These batteries contain harmful chemicals. When disposed of improperly, these chemicals can leach into the soil and contaminate water sources. This results in a myriad of environmental issues, including soil degradation and water pollution. The very technology that was meant to provide a cleaner, greener alternative to traditional energy sources is inadvertently contributing to environmental damage. But why is this happening? Why are these batteries not being recycled? There are several reasons, but the crux of the problem lies in the lack of concrete plans and contracts for recollecting these batteries for recycling. This is particularly true for Africa and other third-world countries, where these batteries are being imported in large quantities. Without a robust system in place for battery collection and recycling, these batteries are destined for the landfill. This creates a ticking time bomb, an environmental crisis in the making, one that could potentially undo the positive impact of the solar revolution. So, what exactly is causing this problem? The answer, as we'll see in the next scene, is a complex web of factors, from logistical challenges to economic constraints. But before we delve into that, it's crucial to understand the gravity of the situation we're facing. The root of the problem lies in the lack of infrastructure and awareness about battery recycling. So let's break this down. Firstly, infrastructure. In many parts of Africa, the facilities and systems needed to recycle batteries are either non-existent or severely underdeveloped. This isn't just about the physical structures like recycling plants and collection points, but also about the logistics and processes that get the batteries from A to B, from the hands of the consumer to the recycling facility. And it's not just a question of quantity, but quality. Even when recycling facilities do exist, they often lack the technology and equipment to handle the complex process of battery recycling. This isn't a simple matter of crushing cans or melting down plastic. Battery recycling involves dealing with hazardous materials and requires specific and often expensive technology. Now, onto awareness. There's a significant lack of knowledge and understanding about the need for battery recycling. Many consumers, and even some businesses, are simply unaware of the environmental impact of improper battery disposal. They don't realize that when a battery ends up in a landfill, it doesn't just disappear. Instead, it leaks harmful chemicals into the soil and water, which can have devastating effects on local ecosystems and the health of nearby communities. Which brings us to the role of the companies importing these batteries. Many of these businesses, particularly those based in China and India, are selling batteries to African countries without any concrete plans or contracts for their disposal. This is not just irresponsible, it's dangerous. These companies are contributing to a ticking time bomb of environmental damage and public health risks. So we have a lack of infrastructure, a lack of awareness, and a lack of responsibility from the companies involved. These are the roots of the problem, the factors that are allowing this issue to grow and escalate. And what are the effects of this growing problem? Well, that's what we'll be exploring in our next scene. Stay tuned. The implications of battery disposal are far-reaching and devastating. This is not just a problem, it's a ticking time bomb. The environmental impact is both insidious and profound. When we discard these batteries improperly, they don't just disappear. Instead, they slowly degrade, releasing harmful chemicals into the soil, the air, and the water. Over time, these toxins accumulate, creating a toxic cocktail that wreaks havoc on our environment. They infiltrate our soil, contaminating the very ground that grows our food and supports our wildlife. The toxins leach into our rivers and streams, poisoning our water supply, and as they break down, they release noxious gases into the air we breathe. It's a slow, silent, but deadly cycle of destruction. But the impact doesn't stop there. The wildlife, those creatures who share our world, are also victims of this insidious pollution. Animals, birds, fish, the very biodiversity that makes our planet so rich and vibrant are all at risk. They consume the toxins directly or indirectly through contaminated food and water. Over time, these toxins build up in their bodies, leading to illness, reproductive problems, and even death. And let's not forget about us humans. We are not immune to the effects of this pollution. The toxins can enter our bodies through the food we eat, the water we drink, and the air we breathe. They can cause a host of health problems, from respiratory issues to neurological damage and even cancer. It's a grave and urgent issue that needs our immediate attention. So the question is, what can we do? How can we tackle this problem before it's too late? It's a complex issue with no quick and easy solutions, but it's not hopeless. It requires a concerted global effort, a change in our attitudes, and a commitment to sustainable practices. But there is hope. There are potential solutions to this problem. It's a matter of will, of dedication, and of recognizing the value of our planet and the life it supports. Let's explore these solutions together in the next scene. While the problem is daunting, there are potential solutions that can turn the tide. Yes, the issue of recycling solar lamp batteries in Africa and other developing countries is a significant one, but it's not insurmountable. Firstly, building recycling infrastructure is key. Many countries lack the necessary facilities to safely handle and process these batteries. However, this can be addressed by investing in recycling plants and training locals to operate them. This not only solves the battery disposal issue, but also creates jobs and stimulates the local economy. An example of this was seen in Rwanda, where a local company, EnviroServe, launched the country's first e-waste recycling facility. This not only helped manage electronic waste, but also provided employment to hundreds of people. Secondly, raising awareness is crucial. Many people are not aware of the hazards associated with improper battery disposal. Information campaigns, school programs, and community workshops can be instrumental in educating the public about the importance of proper disposal and recycling. In Kenya, for instance, the non-profit organization Waste Electrical and Electronic Equipment Center successfully launched an awareness campaign, reaching thousands of people and significantly increasing the rate of e-waste recycling. Thirdly, holding companies accountable for their product's life cycle is essential. This means that companies, particularly those from China and India, who are the biggest exporters of these batteries, need to take responsibility for the end of life of their products. One way to enforce this is through extended producer responsibility laws, where companies are required to manage the disposal of their products once they reach the end of their useful life. A shining example of this is the European Union, where such laws have led to significant increases in recycling rates and reductions in electronic waste. However, these solutions are not without challenges. Building recycling infrastructure requires substantial investment and political will. Raising awareness requires a concerted effort from governments, non-profit organizations, and communities. Holding companies accountable requires strong regulatory frameworks and enforcement mechanisms. But despite these challenges, these solutions are far from impossible. They have been successfully implemented in various parts of the world, and there's no reason why they can't be replicated in Africa and other developing countries. So yes, the problem is daunting, but it's not insurmountable. With the right strategies, commitment from all stakeholders, and a little bit of creativity, we can turn the tide. We can ensure that the solar revolution in Africa and other developing countries does not come at the expense of the environment. We can ensure that these batteries, once a symbol of progress and hope, do not end up as ticking time bombs. But these solutions need your support to become a reality. Together we can make a difference. Together we can turn the tide. The time to act is now. We have the power to make a difference. This isn't just a problem for Africa or third world countries alone. This is a global issue, and it demands a global response. The solar revolution is a beacon of hope, but it also presents a new challenge: how to responsibly recycle the batteries that make it possible. We need to support initiatives that promote responsible battery recycling. There are groups and organizations out there working tirelessly to implement sustainable recycling solutions. They're taking the lead, but they need our help. They need funding, they need resources, and most importantly, they need us to stand with them. But how can we do that? There are lots of ways of options available. For starters, we can spread awareness. We can talk about this issue with our friends, our family, our colleagues. We can share this video and others like it. We can write about it on social media, in our blogs, in our letters to the editor. We can let the world know that this is a problem that needs solving and that we're ready to be part of the solution. We can also support responsible companies. We can choose to buy from businesses that take their environmental responsibilities seriously. We can look for companies that have clear and concrete plans for recycling their batteries. We can reward them with our custom, and we can punish those who don't measure up by taking our business elsewhere. And finally, we can advocate for policy changes. We can write to our representatives, we can sign petitions, we can join protests, we can demand that our governments take action, that they put in place regulations to ensure that all batteries are recycled responsibly. Remember, every action counts. No matter how small it may seem, it can make a difference. Every conversation, every purchase, every letter, every signature, they all add up. They all send a message. They all push us one step closer to a solution. Together, we can solve this problem and ensure a brighter, cleaner future for Africa and the world. This video script is written and produced by Chris Ifeanyi Eze, publisher and director of Euro-Africa Media Network. If you found this video insightful, if it resonated with you or sparked a thought, then we encourage you to like this video, leave a comment and share it with your friends, family and social networks. Remember, every like, every comment, every share plays a part in fostering this vital dialogue. And if you want to stay updated with our top content like this, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button.